know why it took. There he is. There we are.
Yeah.
Let me get that screensaver off for a second. Man. Can you hear me good over on your end?
Mm-hmm.
I like the sign. Holla.
Yeah. Got it up. What?
Does it look okay in the background?
Yes, it does. What? No, I'm not lying. It looks good. God. I would never tell you if it looked bad. I'm kidding.
So you decided not to go to South Dakota?
She took off work Friday, so she's trying to get me to go with her tomorrow.
Oh, to South Dakota?
Yeah, and come back Sunday instead of Saturday. And I'd have to basically drive through the night, hunt Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday. It would be
worth
crazy.
it. How far is it?
10 hours.
Jeez.
It'd be her other stipulation is she doesn't like to not go to the bathroom in a toilet, so I had to find a campground. And we were just going to camp in the grasslands, or I was.
Mm-hmm.
Just, in the middle of the tall grass prairie. But no. So we found one about 20 minutes from where the area I wanted to hunt, that we'll put camp down and go. But
is it just strictly whitetail?
Mule deer.
I meant mule deer. That's what I meant. Sorry.
No, I can kill whitetail.
Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm.
It's either or?
Mm-hmm. I was going to do the whitetail, but John was texting me about it, and he's like, man, you can kill them early season. He said, but nothing's cut. And he said, all those deer just kind of hang out in the corns and the beans, and they just get up, eat, sit down.
Yeah.
And he's like, you should come out to the grasslands here and hunt mule deer. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty fun. But
what up, Dylan?
So yeah, I'm gonna probably do the something kind of idiotic and drive through the night and just go hunt mule deer.
It'll be worth it though. You'll get to hunt.
I know. That's what I keep telling myself, but it's gonna suck. The first.
I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to start.
Yeah, there ain't no dove here. That's all I know.
I actually went out with Justice's uncle this weekend, and it was just because we always go at least once, and we ended up killing 42 when the day before he saw 3 there.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. And we were just like, what the crap? And when I was driving there, so I was there about an hour later than they were, and I turned the corner and I saw 2 go out in the field, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go shoot this. I went out there and shot 1, and then 50 of them came flying up, and I was like, holy cow. And then so I rolled up there thinking hey, at least I got 1 for us. And they're like, we're already 8 in. I was like, holy cow. So yeah, it was.
I went on my route just over there kind of by Randy's where he has the sunflowers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually, I take that route just around because I know a few of those farmers, and if I found out there's a chance we can hunt them. So I usually take a big circle right there. I didn't even see hardly any dove in a couple Milo fields and cut field. I wasn't seeing a whole lot of anything around Morrison, but
yeah, I wonder if this cold front coming in will do any good for us.
Hope so.
I've
got some ducks.
Yeah, at the lake.
There's some teal. Just stay a couple. I don't know if there weren't very many when I first saw them, so it wouldn't be really worth waking up.
Yeah,
hunt them yet, but about 20 more show up. It might be
Worth it.
worth waking up and killing a 2 of teal, 2-3 of teal. But
I just don't understand why our area never really gets them, honestly.
I don't know either.
I mean, like the river and some of the big lakes get them, but that's not every year.
Yeah, no. I've been out to Lucene several times just looking in that area, that really waterfowl-y area over there. We've had stuff over there to hunt for a couple years now. You have too, and I've never had luck finding teal over there. But
yeah, and I'm ready for. I've never started deer season earlier than October 1st. So this year, September, it's going to be weird.
Yeah,
I'm pumped for that trip.
We may have hit a snag on my end for the first weekend.
Yeah.
I got reamed because I forgot about somebody's good friend's wedding.
Oh.
So we may have hit a snag there, but if you go back the second weekend, I can definitely go.
Hoping I don't have to go back, if you have my honest opinion. Hope I can just go up there and get it done.
I think you'll find deer, whether you find a deer that gives you that killing feeling, I don't know. But I think you'll find deer, and I think you'll have fun.
I'm going to have fun. My boy Dylan, I'm trying to talk him into going, so.
He needs to, because it's a cool area. You guys can sit up high and just look at a bunch of area, and if you need to go stalk, it's pretty friendly to do that. So, I mean.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Just pumped to go. I'm ready to get the season started. I feel like it's been creeping along. I did walk out this morning, and it's like 63, and I was like, what?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it'd be nice for you, especially if it holds for, 2 weeks or whatever, and you get to roll down there and it'd be like you're not dying out there, That'd be real nice. Roll out there and it's even the highs in the low 80s would be phenomenal in September.
Good evening, Bodie. Bodie been out there killing pigs or what? Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm going to shoot this weekend. I got some different bullets coming in and going to try a little bit more powder than usual and see what happens.
Good. What gun are you taking? You taking the one you always hunt with?
Yeah, the Encore. Yeah. I'm bumping up.
Yeah.
I'm going to I actually have two different ones. I have a 250. I usually shoot 245 grain bullets. I'm going to try these 250s and I think a 265, but they're supposed to shoot flatter and be out to like 200 yards, but that's still pushing it. I don't trust the muzzleloader that far.
I'm going to be taking Dad's bow, I think. He handed me his bow, his Z Extreme. And he's like, just shoot this, see how it feels. Dude, I can shoot that thing like crazy. And I've got his last pin. That last pin, I got out to 65, shooting pretty good. And I've shot it a ton the last couple days. And I'm like, man, this thing shoots. It almost is like I shoot that bow better than the one I've shot for the last couple years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've shot more this last year than I ever have. Probably attributes to that. But then I hadn't shot here. And then this last week I've shot a ton. I'm preparing for South Dakota. Just like, man, I gotta just, and I mean shooting a ton, like every day for a couple hours. I've been just doosh, 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 doosh. And of course, you get to a point when you're practicing, especially early season, to where you get tired or your muscles get tired and your mistakes start really coming out. And you're like, what the heck's going on when you're really just tired? So you're just doing stupid stuff because you're tired. But I had to battle that there for a while. But
let's pop through some of these comments. William said, we've killed a bunch, but shifted gears of prepping for deer. And they followed up with picked up about 800 acres. And and it's got some brutes on it. Well, you need a guy to shoot another one of them. If you're running out of tags, I know a couple guys. Zach asked us if we got into any doves. Yeah, Zach, I went out. It's a family deal. We normally go out the first weekend for an evening hunt, and they were seeing 2 or 3, and we went out and ended up shooting 42. So the group I was at, we shot 36 in a group of hay bales, and then the group farther down, they shot 6. But the other group had a dad and a daughter, so they were a little more handicapped when it comes to that. And we had we had 4 people by us, and we were all talking trash, and so we kind of stepped up our game when they came in. So it was fun. We always go out. It's usually a big family deal, and some years we've had crazy good hunts. Some years we haven't, but just being out every year has just always been exciting with the family. But like I said, we ended up shooting 42, and we definitely wasn't expecting that. So it was pretty cool. A lot of them were little. I mean, we're talking breasts, not wide.
Immature birds, you think? Just
Yeah.
maybe the first to push down? Maybe.
Yeah. This year's model, easily.
Nice. Well, I guess.
Some of them were big. Some of them were about that tall and black also. Just kidding.
I've been working with Abby on some bird ID. She's been trying to scout whatever.
Yeah.
I told her that one of the easier ways to scout a field is to drive by and look at power lines. That can be an indication whether there's dove hitting it or not.
Oh, you might want to check your turkey spot, your new one, without giving too many locations. I'm pretty sure I saw a group of them flying off that when I was coming home from my grandpa's birthday this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Dad hadn't went out that way yet.
They were dove. I don't know how many, but there was a group of them because they were coming over the highway right over the trees, and I was like, oh. So then when I went by, I kind of went slow, but I was running a little late because I was trying to get back to Pawnee, William, that's the big question for everyone.
He's been shooting his trad bow lately. He hurt his shoulder. So he hadn't done it as
Getting
much
old
time.
on us.
I don't know what he did. He hurt his shoulder, so when he's been shooting, his shoulder starts hurting, so he starts shooting bad. So then he's like, I can't shoot when my shoulder hurts because I start shooting bad and I think I suck. So he usually stops when it starts hurting him. But he's pretty good with that dadgum thing now. When he's
really,
hurt, yeah, he's 30 yards. He's deadly at 30 yards right now, and that's what he's been doing is shooting his traditional stuff, and yeah,
that's the truth.
Yeah.
Zach, did you find any new places around Oklahoma to hunt? Zach told me that his was it your lease or your land? No, it had to be your lease. Came up for auction, maybe. You'll love that one. Tell him it's time for a crossbow. He's told us
he's not quite there yet.
Yeah, he's
not quite there yet, but he said when he gets to that point where he can't physically pull back a bow anymore, he'll go to it just because he likes to hunt. But he's not quite there yet. Now that I've moved out and Abby's moved out, he's really gotten into the 3D stuff and the traditional stuff, and I don't know if he'll hunt with a compound bow again. At least he's already stated he's not touching his compound this year. So hey, we'll see what he does. He said his goal is to shoot one at Eufaula, where the lake house is, some of that public land there. He said that's numero uno, goal number 1 with his traditional bow.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he gets it done. That's what he wants to do. Bad.
Zach answered my question. He said, no new land yet. I feel like I'm going to have to start door knocking and or public out of stater everyone doesn't like. It wasn't that. We'll wouldn't say the people that are complaining don't like the outstaters. Is the fact that they were coming in, getting here for pretty much pennies on the dollar to be able to come shoot the quality of deer we have. So
It's a bit different now. They got to pay to play.
then
now.
you said letters don't work. Door knocking is going to have to be the way.
Letters do not work. We tried that antelope hunting in Colorado.
Yeah.
Letters did not get reciprocated. But
William shot back and said, I'll text him and tell him, LOL, I'm sure he'll find himself a raven at some point. Maybe. I don't see Steve. Even he's going to have to hurt pretty bad before he switches over.
Because he can pull that traditional back. It's easier on his shoulder. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So he'll probably shoot that traditional until his arm falls off, if we're being honest. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does. But he's going to be fishing probably more than he is hunting early season. I can tell you that much. He's super excited about
Zach came back and said, wish I could find phone numbers for landowners. Hey, go knock on their door and talk to them. Just tell them, just wear like a OU shirt or even OSU. I mean, keep the little brother out of the state,
Yeah. Is he a Texas fan?
He lives in Texas.
I know he lives in Texas. I didn't know if he was a Texas fan or not.
I don't know. Actually, I think
we can agree on one thing in this world. OU and OSU fans, it's Texas.
Yeah.
Usually. But
which ones? We talked about 3 teams. Oh gosh, I'm gonna hide that real quick. Can't have the negativity on here.
better beat Michigan this Saturday.
Yeah, they had to hold OU's hand and go to the SEC.
All right.
But you can read this one.
Noel Thomas, do you think the heat has affected the deer health this year? I haven't. I mean, we'll know once we get out there more, probably.
We've had some heat, but it hasn't been as bad as it's been in the years prior.
Yeah, I think it could, but you got to realize these animals are tough. Trout gets them more than anything, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. Trout aren't made for our waters.
Yeah.
That's why they don't let go in them.
Well, I mean, so I haven't seen a whole lot of decline, but
everyone but me has some big deer on camera. So, I mean, it's a lot of people that I've been seeing, the growth from last year to this year has been substantial. So, but like, I don't really stress because I really don't get my bigger deer until October. I mean, one year was like October 17th. I was actually for Justice's birthday and got the deer. So I don't really stress until like halfway through October. Then I start scratching my head on what I should do. But I'm not worried. We had a lot of young deer last year that made it. And surely one will come back. But if not, then it's part of hunting. I'll find out what to do. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think our deer are going to be fine.
I mean, I know 3 of them within our area that are shooters that not on us, but they're dang close. So,
I think if they have plenty of access to water and they got plenty of thermal cover, I think they'll be.
Thomas came back and said they're definitely resilient. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll roll out there and we'll be like, dadgummit, but I haven't seen it yet. I'll just stipulate that.
I'll tell you something that's pretty funny. So the place I hunt over by you, the cattle have been playing with me for years and usually is one big mama cow. And this year she trained her baby and then about 3 other friends to go under the fence. So I went out there and put a 3rd wire up. Then they were going through where I didn't tighten it that well. So I went out and tightened it. 3 days later, it's like couldn't figure out how to get in. And then they found another weak point. So I went out there and actually took the feeder completely off the field and put a pin around it. And for the last 2 days, they have been there more than they've ever been there, just staring, wondering how in the heck they're going to get over there. She was literally on her knees trying to get under a gap that's 2 foot tall, and we're looking at 1,500-pound animal. And so it's been funny. And then my deer, if Dylan's on here, I sent him these pictures. I have a little Spike, and for 2 hours, I got pictures of him. And every picture, he is somewhere else looking in, like, when did this get here? It was just funny because he was like walking up to it, then he'd be like back behind it looking at it. And finally, yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday. It might have been this morning. He actually jumped in. So, yeah, it's been funny to watch him like walk in and be like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
So Zach shot us with a question. He said, question, I'm curious. He said he's curious. My bucks don't live on the lease I'm on. Do you guys have this issue as well? If you do. Yes, Zach, I don't normally keep the deer on any of my leases. Maybe once in a blue moon, I'll have the deer all the way through from start to finish. Most of the time, if I have them at the start, they're not going to be there by the time they shed. Most of my deer, like I said, move in about October. Because what I play is I play a numbers game of having the does. And I know if I have the does there, that something's going to want to come in and take over that area. And for the last however many years, it's worked. Have I always killed? No, but I've always had chances throughout my whole life, I've pretty much had a chance at a mature deer almost every year. Just haven't never connected every year. So do they ever golly, can't talk tonight. Do they live on you, Gunner? Or?
The place over by you, a lot of them do. But I mean, they come on and off,
Yeah, but you also have a main wheat field by you too, so that kind of helps you for deer to live on you.
We've got big old lake. We've got bedding. We've got food we put in, and we've got that wheat field. We have bucks that stay on us, but the deer are so transient there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, there's no telling. I mean, especially the bucks, and now our new lease we picked up last year. We have deer that stay on it and bed there, but a lot of that place is transient country. Like they're going from one place to the other, and they're using those draws to get to different places. So I think some of the bucks live there, sure, but not year round.
Yeah.
Now, on our lease we've had for a while, I'm sure we've got bucks that live there.
Yeah. There's always food year round.
There's no reason why there wouldn't be at least one,
Yeah.
But,
no, I've never had an issue. I'll tell you something else that's kind of cool to think about is, I always look into deer stuff and what people do. And I was listening to a guy talking about how he went from one big field and he broke it up to 7 different smaller fields, and it made the does stay there and fawn in different areas because they couldn't visualize each other. So they thought they were free and didn't have competition. And, and I started thinking about that. And because I want to implement that on my my home place that has the bigger food plots. I think that'd be great. But I've been thinking about that because the place I hunt by you, I don't have huge timber, but I have a lot of fingers. So that whole 2 sections has little fingers. So I'm like, I wonder if that's why I can hold so many does and not really having issues, because they're broken up and can't see each other, but they all know where the food is. So they travel over there at different times. And I mean, even right now, for anywhere from, 24 hours on the clock, you don't know what or who or how many are going to be there. But already for this time of year, I usually hold 8 to 10. And then by the time everything gets harvested, I have 12 to 15, and I already have 10 this year. And that's mature does. We're not talking about their fawns. And that's pretty impressive. But there's 3 does that they come in every year, and they've never had babies on their side. So I think this year I'm going to take those 3 out just because I kind of know their routine, and they're always the ones that come in right behind me and run the night for me. So I think those 3 are going to be taken out. But yeah, no, it's just kind of cool concept to think about. So that's what I like hunting all different spots because they have way different ways to hunt and be hunted.
I think you just got to know your property too, and if
Yeah.
you hunt it long enough, you know if it's, travel routes, where are they going, why, do you have bedding,
Yeah.
do you have food? Once you understand that, you can hunt your deer,
Yeah.
They don't have to live on you at all, really. If you know they're cutting through, you can go kill them.
We need to pay attention this year and see what if what has been moved is going to hurt us or like if it has deer travel a different way. So I don't want to give that away either, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That could. I don't really think it's going to be a factor because the way they were going, they still had to touch the place that gets hunted hard. I just don't know if they're going to go through the heart of it or the edge of it. Like they've been going over through the edge of it for years, so that's definitely going to throw a wrench in the fire. So Dylan shot back. He said that buck was flabbergasted. That little spike. It's hilarious. I'm pretty sure it's the spike last year that thought he was the man of the food plot because he was like 4 inches. And this year he's about 12, 14. And he's acting the same. So then I have another one that looks, I've never seen this small of a buck have the spikes he has on him. So I don't know. If he's a yearling, he's going to be a stud. So, but other than that, and then I had that one deer which I sent you. That's all, which I only have one camera at, I guess. So I'm not worried. This weekend, I bet this weekend stuff starts showing up. Zach shot back and says, there are food stores besides Acorns you look for when scouting a new ground or public? Absolutely. Oklahoma's public ground is so diverse. Some of it's a straight timber, some of it's straight grassland, some of it has ag fields. So I kind of, scout your area, definitely through Onyx or Aerial, just kind of see what's there, see what they're planning. Don't get hyped up if you're seeing a lot of deer early season. Because and then if you go in and hunt the edge of the field, be ready to have 4 other people there. So definitely figure out where they're coming from, or where they're bedding and where they're coming from, and be patient and be smart. Because I've never connected on public land. I've had a couple come in that I probably should have shot, but knowing what I had back on private, I didn't. But that's really what helped me is get away from the people and let the deer kind of come to me, just learn where they are and then let them come to me versus me go after them. And that's a different aspect. It's like I'm going to Kansas in a couple weeks, and there I'm going to find the deer and go to them because I have 5 days that I'm going to really put it to them. So, but yeah, if you have a lot of time, definitely just ease in there and figure it out.
You can look for all kinds of stuff like
100%.
persimmons, wild oats, side oats, berries.
Even if the lake's low and all the green around the lake is up, they come out and eat on that at dark if there's nothing else, or right at dark, or right at the first light during the first part of the month until everything starts kind of turning gray on it or brown on us.
Mm-hmm.
And then certain acorns drop certain time of year.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely put your time in. Say what?
Elevation on the acorns can make a difference. Like,
yeah,
they drop, like you said, different times a year. Persimmon patches, anything that gets sunlight really coming through the trees too, or like if you're hunting timber, places get different sunlight frequencies and stuff. They can grow different things, and it's really just getting out there and seeing what's there. And they're browsers, so
yeah,
not as much grass, more browsy, picking at things and weeds.
Yeah, and I'm guessing where you're going to be, Zach. I think that area of the state's a lot drier, so you're going to have to hunt something completely different than I'm used to. I'd almost be looking for draws in that area, but I'm not an expert. Right on the border.
Is he going to be going east or west?
It's a question for him.
Because it's completely different.
Yeah, I'm saying, no matter, you can go all sorts of the border and be different right there.
Yeah.
we'll wait till he answers that. Dylan shot back. He said, we're going to mess around and get something on public land this year. Yep. Told Dylan my goal for this year is to strap several does or one big buck on the front of the boat and just be shooting across the lake with them on there the whole time. So
Dill pickle.
we're gonna go give it to him for a few days.
Is Beagle coming with you?
He said he is. I have no idea. I don't know when we're gonna go, but we're gonna go do something. So if you're bored, I'll let you know when.
Okay.
Dylan came back and said, hopefully on a calm lake day. Dylan was with me. If you guys don't know, Dylan's my brother-in-law. He was with me out on the lake, Ulaga, actually right by about an hour from my house. We're fishing out there, and we got all the way to the far side, and the wind picked up out of nowhere, and that lake runs north and south. And if anyone's from from Oklahoma, the north and south lakes get absolutely crazy when wind picks up. So we were riding 3-4 foot waves all the way across. And Dylan was like, I'm going to wear jeans today. And I was like, buddy, you should probably wear this rainproof or waterproof suit I have just in case something happens. And we were about an hour in the day, and he looked at me everything was drenched in that boat. And he was like, I'm so glad you told me to wear this. It got pretty wild. So, we hit one wave so hard at the beginning because I had to get the angle on it to make it smoother that I actually knocked all my electronics off with the impact. So that's the only day I kind of got a little nervous. So we shot across, got windy, shot all the way back across to the truck, loaded up, went and ate lunch, was about to leave. And then that's when Beagle called and was like, are you all done for today? And we're like, yeah, it's too dang windy out here. We walked outside and it was calm. So then we unloaded again and went back out, and we caught them for a little bit. So yeah, that morning was wild.
Yeah, me and Dad went to Sooner. It was 2 days ago in the morning. My gosh. It's rolling out there, dude. We cut across the lake and we went looking for hybrids and sandies and stuff. We found them. I was catching a few, and Dad couldn't catch a single thing. We were throwing the same thing. We found them hitting, so then we just kind of chased them with the graph, and just would try to throw at them. And I would catch. I only caught a few, but it was funny because I'd be fishing. I'd be like, okay, they're right off the back of the boat, and I'd sit there and jig and just kind of catch a few white perch.
Yeah.
And Dad'd be like, okay, whatever, and he'd throw off the back of the boat, just couldn't catch nothing. I don't know. He was using the exact same thing I was too. We were doing the exact same thing.
So I got a cool message. Hold up real quick. Corey Michael Harris on Instagram. A lot of our comments don't come through, so I switched over to look. He said, what's up, guys? What's up, Corey? If you guys like good country red dirt music, go look him up. Like I said, it's Corey Michael Harris, sorry. So go check him out. Great guy. So if you guys have been following along, a couple years ago we helped a kid in our community get a track chair so he can keep hunting. And his dad actually just sent me pictures, and he was up in Minnesota and harvested a black bear. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I saw he posted a picture, Bo did, about
being up there,
flying or something. I was like, where in the heck is he going? That's where he was going, I guess. But I was like, man, he's going cross country.
So let me see. Might be able to pop it up. No. Holy cow. Just bear with me for a second. All right. Does that show up on the screen?
I see it.
Can you see it now?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, so there he is with his bear. That might be his first harvest
With
in
that,
the chair.
well, heard the dude was picky as all get out.
Yeah, that's what his dad told me too. So that's awesome. Congrats, Bo.
That is awesome. I've never killed a black bear. That's a first.
Oh, so it's playing sound. So I think I've seen this guy on another guy's podcast, and we just won't talk about what I think he does. But it says, "What is this stream about?" We're an outdoor group. We hunt, fish, and we talk to people. We take veterans out. We do all sorts of stuff wherever we can plug in. So if you like that stuff, follow us, and we're hopefully we can grab or make you a new fan. Zach came back and said, "It's a duck/goose season looking good for y'all." Early season. I mean, we have some teal in some areas. Gunnar was just talking about that earlier, and I mean, it's not looking bad. I've seen some geese around where I am, but we really don't push into it until like the November season gets here. Now we'll go shoot early season goose if we can get some geese down here, but that's once every 4 years. It seems like we get a good one of those, but when we do it, it's a blast. It's like shorts and shooting at some of the biggest geese you've ever seen.
I've heard our duck numbers are pretty. I mean, looking at Ducks Unlimited's pond surveys, it looks like we have more ducks than ever, but we'll see. It's going to be about migration timing. It seems like
Zach said, show them those secret spots. BJ, I just shared, or I just showed, I just popped up my phone that you're watching. I just showed Bo's pictures on here. So definitely tell him congrats. And yeah, I know a guy. I'll shoot you his contact. So he actually sent me the video of him shooting, I think.
that's cool. Depends, to respond to Zach, it depends where you go, really. I've heard things. I've hunted some of that stuff. Taylor's hunted some of it, but depends where you go, how much we know about anything. So, I mean, we can tell you what's there and what you probably need to do, but
I don't know a single thing, so
I don't have any pins really to share.
no, he was talking about if my my pins on my homepage. I think he saw.
Oh, I gotcha.
Trying to pull this video up. We might get in trouble for showing this, but I really don't care.
It'll be canceled.
All right, it's gonna do that weird thing again and show a million of us. All right, here's a video of Bo shooting his bear.
Got him.
See if I can get this up. There we go. That's awesome. BJ, if you're still watching, definitely tell him congratulations.
Yep.
Dude. Yeah, didn't you go bear hunting? Was it last year?
Yeah, I went muzzleloader hunting. I moved too much after talking to a few people that bear hunted in the fall. Russ told me you just have to pretty much just sit there all day.
Yeah.
And just because they move so much, you're just not going to catch them. You just got to hope you can catch them moving. And I just was bouncing around and how I would normally hunt, out west or whatever, bounce around in glass. And yeah, turns out I did the wrong thing, but I did find a bear or two.
You saw a little guy pulling in, didn't you?
Yeah, literally right next to where, I tried to go find him. I wasn't going to shoot him if he wasn't. I probably wasn't going to shoot that bear, but I did want to go find him just to say, I put the stock on him. But
so, you guys listening, have you guys got your deer plots in? You guys waiting for rain? You guys excited about this cooler weather coming in this weekend? I'm personally waiting, make sure there's some rain in the forecast before I go throw seed out. So last year at one place I did it way early and then the rain came and nothing hardly came out, so I ended up having to reseed it. So I'm definitely going to wait and be a little more patient. Did you guys get your stuff in, Gunner?
We haven't seeded yet.
No.
No, I bet that's my after work next week for me. Just taking a wild guess, but I don't know. Or the next week.
Zach came back and said, no giving up pins. Finding the pins is 3/4 of the fun. Yeah, Zach, I'm going up to Kansas 17th through the 22nd. And my iPad has been my best friend for the last 3 weeks. I mean, rolling through all the walk-in and all that and scrolling in and looking how the land lays and all that. I mean, I'm trying to get up there the weekend before I can actually hunt to kind of scout. But I'm almost certain that the couple places I found through Onyx, I'm definitely going to go there no matter what. So something's definitely it's going to have to be fully burned or something for me not to go there because 2 of them, I mean, look great. So I'm excited. Hopefully I get one of them Kansas Giants, but I'll settle for a spike if I have to.
I saw a spike when I was there.
Yeah.
It won't be a spike anymore because it was 2 years ago, but there was a buck there. I found like 40-something deer when I was there, 1 buck. But it was like 90-something degrees Texas week. Like it was sunny, like mid to high 90s, like not favorable.
I probably saw you because you were walking back and forth getting scared about the game.
I was sick, actually, and so I watched most of that game, and that was the year, if you remember right, Gabriel was hurt, so we threw in Davis Bevel. We threw the ball 4 times that game. That's how much faith we had in him after a week of practice. We ran more Wildcat plays than we did pass plays, and that was a bit of a terrible scenario. I just pretty much threw that one out. But.
The season's getting closer. Tomorrow NFL starts. So I'm in the league with Gunner, and some guy didn't. It's all my fault, but I'm going to blame Gunner.
You actually have the second highest points projection.
Yeah,
behind the guy you're playing versus.
That's a funny subject, but how in the world? I hope someone here from our fantasy league is listening. How in the world did they let you get some of the people you got in the 3rd and 4th round?
Me?
How? Yes.
Dude, I had a draft.
Morons. That's what I'm more because there's 3 people I could have had before you, and you got them, and I'm like, who in the world sat there and was like, let's just give him up? You have Christian McCaffrey, Puka. If Puka does anything, like I'm a huge fan of Puka. Like I have his story, everything is great. So like I've wanted him on my league this year, and I can't get him. But you have him. Who was the other one? Sam Laporta. Why you get to draw him? So I was on auto draft for the first 6 rounds.
You were.
Why in the world would auto draft get London Drake over Sam? That right there just eats at me. That's more aggravating than anything. But
you have. I bet you do fine. I bet you're in the.
I came back with the late rounds with some picks that if they take off, I'll be fine.
I bet you make
But
playoffs.
you're the guy to beat in our league right now. And that's what I'm like. I don't know who in the world was sitting there. If everyone was on auto draft or something.
No, they weren't. One
But the
person
fact-
other than you was.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get off that subject. Dylan brings up a good comment. He said, "When Turney T's in town, it'll be a bad day to be a spy."
Training team.
So that's my coyote hunting name. When I go, I call myself Turney T because when Paul George, he called him a playoff P. So that's what I started telling everyone my tournament name was when I coyote hunt was Turney T. It's never worked in my favor, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, but anyways, I didn't tell you guys. I didn't finish that. Gunner didn't call me to tell me that we're drafting. And my camera went off. That's how mad I am.
I didn't even realize you were on auto draft until it took.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Well, it took the entire, like, I don't remember, you were like number 6 or something. And it took the entire pick clock for you to pick. And I was thinking, there's no way he did not know who he wanted to pick. So
I was strategic.
I was like, he probably thought about this for days because I had already kind of mentioned what the draft order was going to be, and then I sent it the day before.
Yeah, hey, let me, I'm going to go run and grab a camera.
Okay.
Hey, Zach, you have a great night, buddy.
I guess we're still live, so I can talk to some people. Anybody have any tail? Anybody seen any tail? I've got a couple. I don't know if I'm pumped about, but hey, more than nothing, I guess. I'd love it if they're just blue wings, but oh well. I'd love to have both blue wing and green wing. Just a nice little blue-green shoot.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
There's some geese on that one pond over there on the way to Stillwater. That won't get shot at.
So let's update everyone on our season. We have Kansas, of course, Oklahoma. I think the Russ brothers are going to end up grabbing. They didn't get anything off the leftover tag, but they'll end up snagging some over the counter tag. Probably going to fill those. They do every year. Tristan is in Colorado right now. Kyle's in Wales, but not for hunting. But Kyle has a North Dakota tag. Oh, we haven't told everyone we're in a bow hunting competition this year.
Yep. Better watch out. I already told Abby. I was like, you can kill the biggest deer. I just ate the highest scoring deer.
Yeah.
She's like, well, doesn't that usually correlate? I said, not always.
Yeah, we're in the bow hunting league competition this year. So the biggest deer in Oklahoma gets a lift, a Matthews lift. And then the top 10 teams get recognized and get prizes across the state. It's whitetail, mule deer, and blacktail. Mule deer, it's like a scoring biggest deer. Mule deer get like minus 20 inches taken off them to kind of make it fair. And then I think blacktail get plus 25. So that's a pretty cool deal. I don't know when sign up ends, but takes 3 guys to enter. It's free, and there's a lot of people that throw in money and different prizes. So a little fun thing to do. So whatever second place is, y'all be happy second down. I already know we're going to get first this year. Just kidding. No, it's going to be tough.
What if I roll up South Dakota and arrow a freaking gnarly booger?
That'll be awesome.
I'm just gonna...
I just hope we can get like top 20. If we have a year, we can get top 10. But
Kyle's got to pull his weight. No, I'm kidding. Hope he sees
yeah,
that.
I hope he hears that.
He's
So,
gonna pull his weight and kill something this year.
yeah, he will. He'll get it done. I just don't know what it'll be, but he'll get it done.
We just need like 50 inches. Kyle,
Yeah.
Kyle,
I'm
we killed
excited.
2 freaking giants. You just got to kill a spike. Come on, get in there.
Yeah. I think last year the average I went it was like 162-inch deer, which that's incredible. That's 3 big deer. Or 1 monster and 2 average.
I think we can. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but that's not like way out of the ballpark for us. I don't think.
Oh, we have to have a year. Like it. If you look at 2 years ago, if you look at last year we potentially could have been in the top 10. We'd definitely been in the top 20 if we entered.
Would have been nice to kill your non-typical and my 8x8 in the same year.
What's 2 years ago we'd have been in the running. I mean, we both harvested. You harvested that Big Ten, and I harvested something that year. So. Ava found a squeaky toy that I hid from her so she wouldn't interrupt this podcast, but here she is. Come here, girl. So, yeah, season's almost here. I'm ready. I'm ready to start eating chili and soups and stews and be sitting out in the woods.
To go hunting and then listen to the game on the radio or something, or come home and watch a nightcap, watch OU go beat Alabama this year.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. They didn't look real good. The defense looked great. Offense, I wasn't too happy with.
O-line.
I just wasn't happy with the offense in general. They scored
O-line.
51 points, but
OU's O-line and Colorado's O-line is going to be the death of the team.
I think their O-line will end up being okay. It's just whether or not they'll get okay fast enough. Because they have one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. It's just, can they get good fast enough? I'll tell you whose offensive line's could carry them this year is Oklahoma State, man.
Oh, 100%. I don't know how they got that line, but they did.
Well, they were supposed to be horrible last year, if you remember right. Everyone was talking terrible about them, and all of a sudden they ended up being pretty good. And then they all came back. So,
yeah.
I mean, this is a big game Saturday. They should win. Biggest game of the year is in 3 weeks. And then the next biggest game's the week after. You've got 2 weeks. If you can win those, it's over. Call it in. You're going to Arlington.
I can't believe LSU choked. They had it in the bag. LSU. They had it in the bag. Then they went, oh, we have it in the bag, and gave up.
I know. It's tough.
Part of it. But, dang, I had something I was going to ask everyone watching and you, but it kind of left me. Getting old. So, yeah, season's getting here.
Ooh, did Gage tell you what he was going to do?
Mm-mm.
He's going elk hunting.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the state. I won't tell you where. Oklahoma.
Okay. With his cousin?
You know where he's going, but
that's awesome.
He's going early, like because I think it's a quota county, so he's got to get on his horse. So.
Yeah, we got offered to go up to the Panhandle, but everything was nice until the price tag came with it. So, kind of backed out of that one.
When
to go or
when? Were you talking about elk hunt in the Panhandle?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was a pretty price tag. So part of it though, there were 2 big bulls that are pretty much living on this guy. So whoever gets to go first will get them. I want to go try antelope hunting.
We can go. I've got one contact that would and then Kyle went.
Yeah.
So I think we'd have some pretty good starter information, but
Just have to pick the time to go because it kind of sucks. It hits off right in October when I'd rather be in a tree stand. But
and it's just tough because it is flat out there. That's the toughest part. I think we would find some. I don't know if we get close. That'd be
might be launching some bombs at them.
Yeah, might be, practicing at 80 yards, trying to figure out how to get to them. Watching them matrix our arrow every time. I don't know how they are with jumping string. I'd imagine they're pretty daggum good at it, but I could be wrong.
No idea. I've never chased them, but looks fun.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what I'm excited for is my house. I'm hoping my little 5 acres will produce something this year. It could have last year, but I have a plan back there, and I kind of cut some shooting lanes and put up a blind and if that buck that lived on me last year, or didn't live on me, he lived on my neighbors, but if he starts doing what he did last year, he's going to be shot. So it'll be cool being from 5 acres,
mm-hmm.
The middle of houses.
Seek one.
Yeah, they're good at it. And a lot of big deer have already been harvested this year in full velvet. Some monsters. I mean, the Winchester boys, they tagged 2 of them back to back. So
I wonder how the deer are going to be up in South Dakota.
I have no idea. So I bought a blade for my weed eater.
Yeah.
A saw blade. And that thing is mean. I was cutting trees down the size of football, like it was butter.
Is it weird though when you're cutting the smaller stuff? You're like, how well did that cut? I remember doing that, thinking, like just kind of cutting it. It goes through it so fast. You're like you just kind of go, and it doesn't really sling it. It just cuts it straight off, and it just falls. You're like, holy crap! But,
yeah, no, it's. I'm gonna clean up this place a little bit. Try to clean up a couple areas that there's just big thickets that not even I think the only thing living there is a couple of rabbits and armadillos. So I'm gonna clean those up. Try to get those cleaned up and maybe plant some food plots where they are for the deer. But my yard deer are gonna love me. I've been feeding them. I already got a camera back there. No bucks yet, but man, the does are back there. So matter of fact, when I leave for work, so they walk behind my house and then up my fence line and go to the neighbors down the way, and then that's how they come back. And a lot of times when I leave for work, they're like right there in front of my truck, bedded down by my propane tank. So like they don't hear me walk outside, and then I get to my truck and open my door, and it's just like things are running everywhere, and sometimes they'll scare you if you're not thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but well, we've been on here for about an hour.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? If you guys harvest anything this year, tag us. We're going to share photos this year. If it gets big enough, then we're going to make a whole different Instagram account and make it like a bragging board and try to build up a community there. We kind of like to show off our fans and our friends and all that. So definitely send us your pictures. And good luck this year. We're probably gonna end it here pretty quick. But good luck, we have a couple guys coming on next week that are should be really great. If you're an archery hunter, and the other guys from Oklahoma, fireman here. He's supposed to come on this week, but due to a family emergency, couldn't. But we're ready to share them with you. And then we have some decently named people that come on the next year. It's just all about scheduling and getting everything worked out between 3 people. So, but thanks for tuning in tonight. I think we're gonna just go ahead and end it. Kind of tired, so yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be a pre-recording. It'll either be out Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when we actually get to record it. So and then I hope when season gets here, our plan is to kind of do lives more and talk about to everyone, like talk about what we're seeing. And if people have questions or we have questions, ask you guys ask us, and we all kind of bounce off each other. So but thank you guys for watching again. Sorry, I probably said that 5 times, and we'll see you guys later.